Okay, we are in Galatians 2. I'm going to try and just jump in and get all this out to sum up and circle back to the beginning of the last 7 shorts, which were a deep dive into the law and justification by faith. Okay, so we're going to pick up on verse 15. Go ahead and read the beginning of chapter 2 to understand the context here. But Peter and Paul are talking. So, verse 15, we who are Jews by birth and not Gentile sinners know that a man is not justified by observing the law, but by faith in Jesus Christ. So, Paul's not diminishing the law because the law is good and is holy, but it's not to blame for sin. It's the avenue that leads sinners who are bound to the law, leading to death, but leads them to Christ to live. So, continuing on. So we too have put our faith in Christ Jesus, that we may be justified by faith in Christ and not by observing the law. Now remember, the heart of the gospel is faith is the means that justification is received. That is the heart of the gospel. So, because by observing the law, no one will be justified. Carrying on, verse 17. If while we seek to be justified in Christ, that reminds me of 2 Corinthians 12, 9 through 10, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Also reference verse 10 in 2 Corinthians as well. That's paired with this. It becomes evident that we ourselves are sinners. Does that mean that Christ promotes sin? Absolutely not. If I rebuild what I destroyed, I prove that I am a lawbreaker. For through the law, I died to the law. Put a pin in it. Go read 7, verse 4. We just talked about it in previous short. And then finishing the sentence, so that I might live for God. That also ties into verse 20. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in the body I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. That's being crucified with Christ. That's a paradox, living dead person. Verse 21, I do not set aside the grace of God, for if righteousness could be gained through law, then Christ died for nothing. Again, that's talking about legalism mixed with grace that then distorts grace.